Hi Nourished friends, Sally here with Nourished Roots Nutrition to bring you another food fact for this Friday. Today I'm going to be talking about iron. Iron is essential because it's a part of our hemoglobin, which is a part of our red blood cells that bring oxygen all over our body. If we don't have enough of that iron, we might feel really tired or lethargic, and that's because we're not getting enough oxygen to the rest of our bodies. So how can we check for iron? We can always get blood work done and get a full iron panel along with looking at your hemoglobin because, as I mentioned before, iron is a part of that hemoglobin in your red blood cells. So if you are low, what can you do? I always recommend starting with food first, and there are two sources of iron that we can look at. The first is called heme iron, and that is found from products, animal proteins like mostly red meat, but also chicken and a little bit of fish, and that is the most absorbable form of iron. Now, we can also get iron from things like beans and lentils and legumes and even leafy greens like spinach, and that is going to be our non-heme iron, which is a little bit less absorbable, but still a source of iron. A great way to get that non-heme vegetarian sources of iron more absorbed in the body is to easily add a little bit of citrus. So here I have a lemon, but you can use lemon on your leafy greens or lime on your beans. That vitamin C in the citrus is going to help absorb that iron better. So any form of vitamin C will be great. Now, if you are a female of childbearing age or a vegetarian, you are at higher risk for iron anemia or too low iron. So I would recommend, if you feel tired, definitely try and get that checked if you can. But also to start with food, as I mentioned before, because adding an iron supplement can be a little bit too heavy for our bodies, meaning if we don't actually need a ton of iron, that iron supplement can actually cause more damage than it can good. Now, what do I mean by that? Iron, after all, is a heavy metal. So if we have too much of that metal inside of our bodies and we don't need it, it can damage or oxidize our cells, which we talked about in a previous video. We don't want that to happen. We want to stay healthy, so it's a really good idea to always check your iron before ever supplementing and always start with food to increase those iron levels. I hope you have a wonderful Friday, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Bye.